Hello, hello. How does it go? How is everybody on this thankful Thursday? Go like this a little bit. How is everybody doing? Yeah, we're doing episode 2. We're kind of where we left off yesterday. I know a lot of people are on the healing journey, and it's very important for this healing journey that some of the deepest, darkest things are brought to light, right? So, first, I want to say just loud and proud, jam to your music if that helps you. Seek professional help if that helps you, and stuff like that. Um, I don't know why it looks so fuzzy. Does it look fuzzy? Can somebody tell me, does it look fuzzy? Is it cutting out? Maybe it's just because of the storm that's coming through. It looks kind of bleh. But anyways, so yeah. Um, so we left off kind of where I said that not once, not twice, but 3 times I have almost been gone, right? It's the struggles are real, the things are real, and there's a few things that I want to share that I'm being guided to share from God before we actually start into this episode today. I can't tell you how long the episode's going to be because God is the one that kind of guides me and tells me, okay, cut it off, keep going. I'm hearing right now, I'm hearing somebody is talking of like, why is she doing this? Why is she doing this? Why not? If God tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. Nobody controls me. I did not come with a remote. God programmed me the way He wanted me, and that's the way I'm going to be. He's also coming through and wanting me to say, for whoever for whoever this is, I know it pertains to me too. He says, life is like butt cheeks. Shit may come between you, but things will always work out. And why that's coming about, I can understand because it's part of the journey of what I'm going to speak about and the people who were truly there for me. Again, for the confidentiality, um, for them, I'm not going to say their names out loud. I will give the initials. So if they're watching this, they know um, that I appreciate you, that I have an attitude of gratitude for you, and my love is very unconditional for you till the day I take my last breath. Because if it wasn't for the true friends that stood by my side when no family did, um, when no family, stood by my side and was there for me except for my children. Um, but yeah, so all right. First, he's wanting me to bring this in because as you all see, if anybody knows, this is one of the hospitals that, without putting their information out there, this is one of the hospitals. So if you recognize this, just know that the dove of love is from God, connected at the hearts. And He brings these people into being the earth angels that He works through in order to save you through the physical well-being of Him being in their souls also. But we're going to start out here. There's so many things that need to be said, need to be put out there. And this is not scripted. This is true life events, true trials and tribulations, true heartache, true happiness, true joy, true healing. So I am making this sacrifice for God because he said that my story is going to help heal others. It's going to let others know to have the strength to never give up, and to keep pushing forward, okay? He said that there's 5 things that he always wants you to remember, and that is, God is always making a way for me. God is always fighting my battles. God knows the right divine timing for everything. God has a blessed plan for our lives and never fails us, okay? He will never forsake us. He will never let us go without. So when you think he's not listening, just know he hears every prayer. He catches every teardrop, okay? Because when you think he's not listening, he's saying, do you only talk to him when you're in massive trouble or when you need a massive blessing? Because that is where the stale heart is. He needs you to be with him every single day. Um, and I've already got some feedback from people that said, "Oh yeah, she's trying to push us to believe in him." No, I'm not. This message is all about healing. This message is all about having the strength, the will, and the drive, and the desire, and the determination to do the righteous thing. Okay. And each of us are on our own journey. We each have our own free will. And my free will is to have the strength within Him to make sure that I know what I'm doing, because He has anointed me to one of His highest ancient wisdom and knowledge children to be able to give the messages through physical experiences, through walking this journey, because this journey was no peaches and cream. It wasn't a box of chocolates. It was more like a jar of jalapenos. What I did today burned my ass tomorrow. Okay. It it was constantly challenge after challenge after challenge, because God only gives us what he knows that his strongest warriors can handle. And the reason why we go through that mundane things and all them challenges and hurts and pains and sorrows and losses and all of them things, it's to make us stronger. It's to prepare us for our greater purpose of which he has in place, so that we can be well balanced, so that we have our emotions intact, so that we can be a good listener, as well as giving the wisdom that he gives out. So it's about truly preparing yourself for your highest self, and that's what he is doing. So the ones that he's saying, the ones that go and say, well, oh, my life was much harder. This is not a competition, okay? Life is not a competition. We all go through similar things. It's different places, people's events, times, eras, everything. But a lot of us can resonate to some of the experiences because you felt like you were all alone, that you were the only one going through this at the time. And so you hold in this deep pain and this deep emotion about it, but really he's wanting you to heal from it so you can send to what he has in greatness for you. Okay. Now he's also being, like I said, he has anointed me with so many gifts and unique skills, talents as an individual, as his an extraordinary, unique individual. I was not made to fit in. Okay. I was made to stand out. I was made to shine my light, to shine my healing experiences of never give up, never surrender. Because when you never give up, and when I say never surrender, it's you never surrender to your life itself. You surrender your things to God for him to fight your battles, for him to guide you through. Okay? And by no means, I am imperfectly perfect, and my flaws and all, I have adapted to them. I have learned to love unconditionally of who I am and have a greater understanding. But now he's wanting me to share my poetry with you, because if you listen to some of this poetry, and there's like 4, maybe 5, and that's for the 4 sacred elements and for spirit himself. But he wants me to share these with you because it shows you the different time frames of my thinking and processing and analyzing and putting the puzzle pieces together to make this beautiful mosaic of my own life and have a greater understanding. So, I'm going to start out by this before we get into the other stuff. And this one is regrets. Okay? Because we have all gone through where we live in regrets, okay? And we have resentment and we have the stinking thinking and dark times, but this one says, ugh, excuse me, got to take a drink. This one says, if anyone can help me, I know it is you. You have stuck by my side this whole time through. You stared at my demons. You did not fear. You woke me to feelings that I had always feared. You taught me how to face them, to surrender them, to release them to you, to bring in the new, no matter the people close to me. You are the only one who really had helped me by being true. I have so much regret the way I pushed you away. Now I sit here in silence wondering, what do you, oh, sorry. I sit here in silence wondering what to do. You are the only one I really need or want to push me through. You are my happiness when I am feeling blue. I reach out to you to feel it too. That feeling no one else gives but you. Thank you, God, my loving Father. So this is me basically speaking to him, and this goes back to February 27th of 2016. I was showing and writing because I do a lot of poetry. That's how I do my expressions. Um, because you don't have others to share it with. So I express mine through writing, creative writing and my poetry and writing my songs and stuff like that. But this was me letting him know that I regret the times where I let him down, where I didn't believe in him, because my true happiness came from me feeling him inside and feeling the blessings that he had given me. So now we'll go into another one here. It's called Screaming. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. I've crossed a lot of rivers, yet I've made a lot of friends. I walk through the path alone, at times wishing they were near. I can see it clearly now as I'm standing right here. All of us are busy, living our lives. Bridges have been built, yet never burned. Boards have rotted out, holes have came about, but the friendships remain about. Once you see how they turned out, you can never shut them out. Life can pass you by in the blink of an eye. So hear me out when I scream and shout, I'll love you till the day I die. And this was me screaming out to him saying that no matter who tried to put them barricades up, no matter who tried to drain the creeks and fill it with concrete to get me to stop believing in him, I walked the path alone with him. And I wish that he was always near with me and standing right there. And he was. It's just I had to fully open up and see, because everybody else's life was too busy to be able to see that. And so as time went on, the bridges that were built with certain people, because they're in your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime, they never burned the bridges, never betrayed, always loved unconditionally. But the thing is the boards rotted out because these people never reached out. These people never came through, and the ones that did, the holes came through because they weren't true to who they were, and they weren't true to the friendships. Even though I was true and loyal to the friendships, they weren't. So they created these knots and these holes in the boards. So as life was passing me by in the blink of an eye, God was always there carrying me. He was always hearing me. He was always seeing me through. And no matter if I was mad at him, no matter if I was screaming at him or shouting out to him, whether it was in prayer or in anger, he loved me unconditionally no matter what. And so that is the point of, I will love him till the day that I go into the afterlife, because I knew that that's not the end. I know that that is the beginning to another part of the journey that he wants me to go. Okay, this is June 5th of 2016. It's called My Mind. Banishing the negative along my path, knowing it is a worthy craft. Stars align just right, making it a magical time. Reassuring dreams come true, positive energies flowing through. Things may not always work out, and that's what life is all about. As long as you stay positive in every way, everything else will be okay. Inspiring people on your side. Help the strong stay alive. Magical blessings then arise. Watch the stars and open your eyes. Life is never going to rewind. Always keep that in the back of your mind. Blessed be from me to you. Positive energies coming through. Writing poems is what I do. A jack of all trades is who I am. I thank you, God, for making me who I am. I love you for everything that I am. Okay. And this is me learning how to get rid of the negative on my path. And no matter what happens, be thankful that it is a lesson. Be thankful that it is a blessing to make me stronger on my journey of what he truly has prepared for me. And it's about seeing the beauty in everything and making this life a magical time, because when you set your intentions to your dreams, your thoughts become your reality. Everything goes with the flow through positive energy, because we are energy. We are an energetic vessel to God. And even though things may not work out, we don't dwell on the fact that they're not working out. Strategically, we figure out, why are they not working out? They're not working out because that's God's protection to save us from that heartache and that dismay, and to bring us into the positive, inspiring side of helping people along the way. It's, no matter what we go through, you need to be generous. You need to have that loving, kind, compassionate heart, and do everything from your heart space, because the magical blessings that he gives you are each and every day. It's, do you see the blessings each and every day? How many of you can say that you have seen a blessing already today? I know I can, because I stepped outside and the messages that I've got from nature rang through about the blessings that were coming through. So that's what drove me to do this. When it says in here, um, watch the stars, that is about watching higher realms, watching God, watch the magic, watch what they're trying to show you, and open your eyes, not just your two physical eyes, but your third eye. Awaken to who you truly are, because that is the innocence and nostalgia of opening up who you are as that soulful, beautiful being that he created you to be. But know that life is never going to rewind, because a lot of people use the quotation of, well, if I could go back and change the things that I know now, would my life be different? No, because God would have made them the same way. He didn't want you to rewind them. He needed you as each individual unique people to go through these specific things for your own life purpose, for your own life mission, to build you, to make you stronger, okay? And he wants you to keep that in the back of your mind is don't sit and dwell on the past and try to rewind the things. Try to understand, what did that past have that taught me to do better or become better? Well, analogy here for my situation, not having that unconditional love and everything else, it cracked the shell open for me to have unconditional love for all forms of life, to have that compassion and understanding for everyone, everything, for every animal, everything on this earth, to be greatly appreciated for and never take it for granted. And when it says, blessed be from me to you, that is because God blesses me every day. We bless each other because I kneel down to him and give everything to him. And he blesses me with everything that he wants me to acknowledge to make me stronger on my path. But when he says that I'm a jack of all traits in this poem of my mind, when it says I'm a jack of all traits, he made me uniquely to be independently owned and operated, to be fully functional, to stand on my own with him, knowing that I am a warrior goddess, knowing that I am anointed by him in his season, in his favor, in his righteousness, to be fully protected no matter what I went through. Because we go through doubts, we go through fears, we go through worries. When we sit and we worry about all of that and we let our fears stop us and block us, what are you doing? You're stopping and blocking God, right? Because he wants you to have these things. He wants you to have that powerful new beginning. Okay? So this is my inspirational quote of the day. It says, you may not like it, and that's okay. You get what you get. You're entitled to throw your fit. As long as we stand strong, move along, what goes wrong can be fixed. We don't all have to agree. That is our right. Turn on your music and stop the fight. Reach in your soul, adapt to what we know, because the country is becoming out of control. Stand for what you know. Stand for what you believe. Stand for what you hear, because God is living proof that together we stick together and become clear, and we all win, no matter what. Okay, so that's that one. Now, this one he's bringing out, it's Romans chapter 12, verse 19. It says, do not avenge yourself, beloved, but yield place to the wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, God says. Love and pray for your enemies. So this is, again, don't go and rewind to all the negative that happened to you. Sit down and strategically figure out all that negative. What did it teach you? Did it teach you to break generational curses of the way things had gone? When you sit and look at it and it says, pray for your enemies, okay? The ones who hurt you, the ones who betrayed you, the ones who stole from you, the ones who physically, mentally, emotionally, and sexually hurt you. Pray for them. And the reason why is because you have to look at it. And I never looked at it this way. Trust and believe. I had the hatred and the vengeance and everything else until God opened me to this. But when you pray for your enemies for the things that they done, you have to sit back and look. This person that physically hurt you, what happened to them growing up in their child life that they thought this was a normal thing to do. They thought this was okay to do, or that they were taught this is how things go. That and take the energies how it resonates, but God's telling me, speak when spoken to, answer when spoken to, and the controlling ways. But they're saying pray for them, because the people who hurt you, 9 times out of 10, God says they were hurt as toddlers, teenagers, and adolescents into adulthood, who were conformed and conditioned to thinking these things are okay. And this is where you have to break generational curses. Don't hold resentment and don't hold anger and be so spiteful about that person. Fully open up and see, I never looked at it that way. Maybe this person had the same thing done to them that they did to me, and so they thought it was okay. Now, I'm not condoning what people do, okay? Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not condoning. I'm giving you a healing understanding that generational, and generational, even when Paul had his depression and everything in the Bible, people and God didn't keep mistreating him. They figured out where was his depression coming from? Where was his anxiety coming from? What caused this? What caused his fears? What caused a lot of you to be afraid of the night, of the things that go bump in the night? Or when you lay down at night, you have insomnia because these past traumatic things are popping up and you're remembering them, but you're not completing the cycle and healing from them. So they keep you up and they worry. And all it's doing is physically hurting your energetic vessel. So that's why this message is coming through. Okay, so then Matthew chapter 5 verse 44, this is all about new beginnings of being abundant. Okay, and it says, since God makes his sun rise on both the wicked and the good, and makes it rain on both the righteous and the unrighteous, we are not encouraged to contribute to the evil that already exists. Remember one thing: good or bad, actions always bring consequences. And that's what I was just talking to you about, that when you forgive and think about how this person sexually hurt you, or mentally hurt you, or physically beat you, because I had an ex that hit me 9 times and broke my eye socket in 2 spots. But the thing is God healed it. Guess what? I'm right here. Okay? I forgave him. Why? Because of all his hurt and pain. At the time, I didn't understand how somebody could say they love you so much, but they used their alcohol addiction to treat you so badly. And it was the pain and suffering that went on in his life. So I had to get away from that, right? But them consequences are the fact that he was blessed with somebody who truly loved him unconditionally, loyal all the way. But because he couldn't heal, he couldn't get rid of that resentment, that anger, that hurt, and that pain, he took that vengeance out on somebody who loved him. So you're hurting the wrong people. You need to heal yourself. You need to forgive. It's all about forgive in order to have that redemption, for you to have that beautiful life. Okay? Now, Psalms chapter 37, verses 1 and 2. Do not be upset because of evil men or envious wrongdoers. They will quickly wither like grass and shrivel like green new grass. God will judge them, and he will give them the fruits of their evil ways. And also those who have refused to change their evil ways, God has promised to remove the evildoers permanently in the future. So when this comes about, it is not up to you to take the vengeance. It is not up to you to hold that resentment and that anger. It's up to you to heal this, because if you want to live that long, prosperous, eternal life, you have to heal you. You have to come within you. And that means you being the bigger person, forgiving these people. It doesn't mean you have to run to them and say, "Hey, I forgive you for this." You can just speak it out loud and have that sincerity. And God hears that you are forgiving these people. Okay? Then we have Psalms chapter 37, verse 9 through 11. It says, "For evil men will be done away with, but those," and take the energy how it goes. I'm just reading scripture of what he told me to tell you guys. "For evil men will be done away with, but those hoping in God will possess the earth. Just a little while longer, and the wicked will be no more. You will look at where they were, and they will not be there." Remember the rewind. "But the meek will process the earth, and they will find exquisite delight in the abundance of peace. Justice will be served." Okay, so this is saying you can't force anybody to change. And being in a relationship, you should not be telling, "Well, you need to change this and you need to change that." Well, you need to open up your door of skeletons, and you need to heal these generational things that have happened from toddler to teenager to adolescent to adulthood, and fix them within you. Heal within you, because you can't change your behavior until you change your heart. And God is the only one who can do that. He's the only one, because he is the divine healer, and he can easily change your heart only if you allow him to lead you. So I allow him to lead me to my abundant life of unconditional love, because that brings me joy, peace, love, and harmony. And that means that I don't let it reflect on my relationships. I am 10,000 savagely blunt, and I will put it out there. If somebody comes to me and is interested in wanting to date, I don't let them know, "Hey, this has happened." I explain to them, "This is what has happened in my past. I'm being straightforward with you. I am by no means putting you in that conformity of my past, but I am explaining to you why I do things differently and have certain boundaries. And if you can't respect that, toodaloos, baby doos." Okay, so this is it. I don't know. This is November 16th of 2020. I wrote this song, and mind you, I write these songs and everything else, but that's as far as it has gone. And the only reason why is because that's not what I'm being called for. This is, I'm being called to put it down, to speak it out, and all of it is my original stuff that I have written. So if I ever hear a song written about it and everything, you can bet you copyrights are going to be there. But this song, and I'm just going to read it out, because I'm not going to sing it out, even though I can sing. I love to sing, but not right now. It says, "Dark nights of your soul, heavenly light by your side. I am in complete control. God says I already know. I know what your med report says, and I know what your financial situation looks like. I see the people trying to come against you. Watch how I bless you in the blink of an eye. Then at the bottom, rising to the top, Heavenly Father, hold on to my thoughts. Keeping the faith and standing strong, I know right where I belong. You elevate me, you co-create with me. It doesn't matter who talks about me or hates me. I love who I am. You are my best friend. I stand beside you. They can't stop me. Moving forward and trusting your process. I am connected to the divine love and wisdom. Oh, how joyable it is to be balanced and full of happiness, just you and me." And the chorus says, "Call on me for help. make your heart sing. Dream big, dream big, dream big. Oh yeah, dream big. Okay. So that's God um speaking through of just saying, however you resonate, music is a beautiful frequency, and the gifted, talented, and skilled people who make the music, um, I feel like they're driven by the universe to bring it out because you can resonate it through their own pain. You see what I'm saying? You see how this is all tying together like a big bow? Okay, so this is December 20th. You don't know what music is coming at others and spinning your shit, making your threats to get to the top falls and you will flop. Stop spreading your mail thinking you have a halo. This is not a burger shop. Underground is really true. You planted your seeds, but they never grew. You're just pissed you're not the cream of the crop. You have to steal, lie, and cheat to try to get to the top. And God is saying, don't be, you know, stealing, lying, betraying, don't be sinning, don't be disobedient. He's saying be true to who you are and stand in your power. Okay, so now we're going to get back to the messages that he had me put out. With that is bringing it into something of from episode 1. So where we left off on episode 1, you had seen how I died not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay, and the journey. 14 years is a long time to battle, which the battle isn't over. Okay, God's fighting the battle, but the battle isn't over. So when it comes to it, them times that I died, I thought to myself, was I really that bad of a person? Was I really that cold hearted for this to happen to me? Because now, not only did I have to fight for my life to feel that unconditional love, not from the 3D playground people on this place called Earth, but from God, I had to fight through all them challenges to feel that unconditional love. Because, yeah, I've had people say they love me, but really, they love to hate me. And not only did they stab me in the back, but they were going right in the front, too. But the thing is I was questioning myself, going, do I really deserve this? How can I deserve this? Through all these struggles and all these challenges, I people who their families didn't want them. I brought them into my home. I fed them. I gave them everything. I supported them. I was there for them fully, fighting through this battle. And the one I want to put out the initials B N K T. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. The 4 right there. And then the other T and the other T. And these people, especially the B, you know, my kids, they already know the inner strength that they have on this journey with me because they are some strong warriors and I love them to death. Death do us part. Because I can say I'm married to my children. I broke that generational curse. But going through all of this is really showing the true family dynamic of unconditional love. Because this person with the letter B, she was God's angel on this 3D playground. I'm talking this girl. stood by my side, took me to every surgery, every doctor's appointment. She was my ride or die friend. And I barely knew her. We had met through our daughters, okay? At that time, I barely knew her, but she has a heart of gold. And now, mind you, we have been friends for over 15 years. And the beautiful part is, even though she had her own family, her husband, her children, grandchildren, she stood by my side. Long hours of helping me changing out my ports and drains, my tegaderms, flushing them and changing the wounds and everything else that I couldn't reach because me, I would do all of it, but the ones on the backside, I needed help. And there was another person with the letter N that had come into my life, which was also a very good friend. And I noticed she started helping. But the thing is, I didn't ask for the help. They were guided to help. And I embraced it because B, I'm just going to call her B, she was there for every surgery. She took me there, she took me home. And she watched this battle because some of these tumors got to be about grapefruit size, and there was 2, 3 of them at a time, plus 11 little ones on a cancer that started out as something simple, but it was at the end stage, which created these tumors. And they would have to put these ports and drains through my left butt cheek, through my hip, into the tumors, into the abdomen area to be able to hit them with the combinations of stuff that they were giving me. And this girl was a true ride or die. And then another friend I met, there was three of the major friends. Another friend that I had met, she had been my neighbor for quite some time. And it starts with an S, okay? So shout out to you women. Like I said, you are forever in my heart, mind, and soul. But she was there too. And the one thing they couldn't understand, because even the doctor called me their mystery child, okay? They said, "You're a mystery child. We don't know how all this is going on. You can have a surgery, massive surgeries, like I said, 193 of them. And it's no joke. I got papers, pictures, CDs, everything. Document, it's all there, okay? They didn't know how I could go through these surgeries and walk out of that hospital. Even the most hardest surgeries where I had my PICC lines in my arm, the PICC line was in my arm, it ran through my chest down in so that they could pump every 4 hours into that PICC line, the one on the back of my rib cage, and not the 9 down in my lower butt cheek. But they didn't understand how you can go through this, be so strong, go home, take care of your kids, stand, make your kids food, and wait till they were in bed for you to rest. They didn't understand it, but it was the strength of God. God knew that that first time that I died and my kids, it was emotional because I could hear my kids. I could hear them. And I made a vow to them. God will not take me until I see you guys graduate. And these kids went through a lot of hurt, pain, suffering, anxiety, depression, PTSD, explosive behaviors, everything, watching me go through this. But they never gave up on me. They were right there to protect me, to help me, even when I had to be in, the wheelchair, the walker, um, and all of that. They would make sure, back up, watch my mom's belly, don't bump her, be careful, be careful. Mom, do you need anything? They really pulled through. And it made me feel bad watching my kids have to go through all this hurt, pain, and sorrow while being treated unfairly from my family members who were pissed off at me for the events that took place as a child, into a teenager, into an adult. They started taking it out on my children, and that was not fair. So that's when the God Force really came through and said, listen, I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this. And I don't want to violate any terms and conditions and stuff like that on YouTube. Because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to give the healing messages. But it's not, it's not anything like that. So if you can see, here's 1, 2. There's my pick lines and the stuff that had to be pumped every 4 hours. There's me fighting through in the hospital. I'm trying to find, here's the other one. So here's the other 2 shelves. I had 4 shelves of stuff in order to take care of me, in order to make sure that I was alive and fighting for my life, right? And through that process, it was a lot because the stuff that was happening to me, I had lost all feeling in my arms and my hands. They had to do a cubicle tunnel nerve replacement surgery down here on my wrist. They did one over on this side, which I have the pictures, like I said, it's all for real to have them functionings back. And there's somebody that had a surgery like mine, and it's been a couple of years and they still don't have the function back. Okay. The thing is it's a true testimony of God and the will to persevere forward and to never let anything stop you from your path. Okay, so let's see. Boom, boom. I'm making sure that I'm not violating anything, no ickies or anything like that. Okay, so here's the surgery that they did when, if you can see it, they had to cut in and they went all the way up into this part of my hand where you still see the scars. Okay, they had to go in to be able to fix all of that. See, hold on. I'm showing you, this is real. This is real. Okay, had that one in my backside. And like I said, if anybody wants to get mad that I'm showing these things, it's showing that going through these most mundane things, how you can be a healing component to help other people see that don't give up. Don't let things dwindle away. Don't doubt yourself. Here's my pick line grenades attached to my legs, okay? Um, here is more, okay? So this is showing you the truth of the matters. Um, but this is real. This is something we had to deal with not only as a family, but the true people who were my friends, who stood by my side, who took care of me, who say it, who had to wipe my ass and shower me and take care of me, truly loved me unconditionally to be able to do this. But as you can see, and this one, I laugh about it every time I see it, because when everybody thought, "Oh, well, hurry up, we're waiting for her to die, we want her stuff, we want her material objects," and I'm just like, "What up, suckers? What up?" You know, I always were coming through because of God, and it was a hard battle. It was a true hard battle. Um, there's a couple others here that I will show you that the battle is real. Um, so here's me with my one pick line in my arm, okay? And oh, here's me sitting in the chair waiting for it to happen, not knowing what's going to happen. There's me being hooked up to everything. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but when I had the 14-hour surgery, hold on, let me get to it. Because mind you, these tumors got so big that it perforated the large intestine, the small intestine, and left me septic, left me dead the second time. Um, and to be able to come through that is the greatest feeling, to know that God had my back. Let me see if I can find it here. Like I said, there's so many things that one goes through, and this is just to show that you keep the faith, you hold strong, you never give up, and you will come through. No matter how bad it is, you will come through. Mm, well, it's coming here. I know it is. I know it is. Okay, there's my other one. And hmm, and I want to show you this, because when I say God is real, I want you to see Archangel Raphael sitting right there with me, holding my head up, shoulders back. Here is at the cancer facility. You see Archangel Michael right here protecting me, watching over me? Yeah, he was there watching over me through everything. It's real. And like I said, if somebody wants to punish me for showing and being that healing example, well, God says, okay, because I'm not doing it to violate anything. I'm doing it as a healing source to make sure that people know that you can come through this, you know? Like here, going through the treatments, going through everything that you needed to do. Here you go. There's me. 14-hour surgery. There's nothing wrong with these pictures. It's not in violation of anything. It's a picture of me waking up from that 14-hour surgery, from having these attached to me. And you can see, nope, I guess you can't, but you can see I had everything attached to me. I look like a mummy with medical devices attached to me everywhere. Um, and the saddest part of it all is still going through it. Okay, like I said, I find out next week if the ones from at least the abdomen are gone. And if they're gone still, that means on May 5th, from that 14-hour surgery, that a whole year that they would be gone, because they had to go deep down into the vascular tissue to get to the better cells. But the thing is that traveled it to different areas. So, we're not out of the woodworks yet, but as you can see, I don't let it get it down. And anybody looking at me, you couldn't tell, right? That's the goddess strength of being a warrior, of God's warrior. So you can heal through it. He wants you to know, never give up. Never give up. Stand in your power and fight. No matter how weak you feel, ask him to give you the strength like the Lion of Judah. Ask him to guide you on it. Ask him to lift you up. Ask him to empower you. Because that part of the journey of the second time that I had passed away, I again hit that dark spot where I'm thinking, well, maybe this is my destiny. Maybe this is what he wants. Maybe he wants me to be a leading example of going through all this stuff. Now it's my time because my kids are graduated. I fulfilled my promise to my children. Maybe now it's the time. And he said, oh, no, no. Because the two times that I died were May 14th and May 21st. When I had my surgery, like I told you in the first episode, May's very significant. When I had my 14-hour surgery, that was last year, May 5th. And why in May? Because May represents the 5th month, right? God says new beginnings, new beginnings. So May 5th or May 14th in the angel numerology, that's bringing it down to you as the angelic being to the new beginning, right? The 21st is the God force, right? And on October 6th, that is the God force showing his unconditional love that you will get through it all. So when you see them signs and synchronicities, you need to know that them signs and synchronicities are real and true from God, because he will truly show you. Yes, is there darker energies that will try to show you these false synchronicities? Yes, they will. But when you say, God, is it really you? You ask for a certain sign and something that is way out of the norm. I mean, he will show you. The main thing is so many people don't understand the hardships, because, going through all of this, it's bringing me to, he's guiding me to bring it to the gentleness, the kind, caring, loving, and compassionate person that I am. And all this time that I'm going through this, I supported, and it's no joke. I had, I think, 12 or 13 people living with me that I was helping. because they had no home, they had no job, they had no support, they had nobody who believed in them, and they had broken hearts. And they various, you know, in age range from, I think it was 26 to 30, maybe 19 to 30 or something like that. But these were not just complete strangers. I mean, they were people that were close and facilitated with in us. The sad part is back in January, mind you, I'm healing from this massive surgery still and going through all of the other stuff that is waiting for God to finish curing, because he said, I'm going to bless you with perfect health. I'm going to bless you with perfect home, perfect love, everything. And I trust and believe in him. The thing is the sad part of it all is when you do all this for people that you love and care about, and you do it for 3 to 7 years, 8 years, excuse me, 3 to 8 years of helping these people. And somebody thinks because they're on their high horse, they're living in their ego, and they think they're top shit, which, okay, we all think, okay, great. But when you do something so vengeful, when somebody's going through this, a cold-hearted, callous person who has a lot of healing that needs to do. And I'm not cutting anybody down. I'm not ridiculing them for their life journey whatsoever. But what took place and me having to be out in the negative temperatures of everything that I'm going through, and I lose my home, my roof over my head, and sacrifice because I helped these people out who now showed that their betrayal was so much greater that they would rather to betray and falsify lies and make false reports to better themselves. God says, I see what you did, but you know what? I still forgive them, because God says what goes around comes around, right? And the vengeance is his, not mine. But did you know that all these people that I took care of, that I helped, there was only, and I'm telling you, only 3 of them, excuse me, 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them that truly helped in that situation, because somebody wanted to be in their ego and take away my home, which, okay, fine. I'm a survivor. Put me outside. Hey, I'm a survivor. I can do it. Take away my stuff. Okay, that's just material objects. You will never take away my peace. You will never take away my strength. And like I said, I'm unbreakable, I'm unshakable, and unstoppable. And you thought that you could put little roadblocks in my way? Them are little tiny speed bumps for what's coming. Okay? Because God said it had to happen for justice to be served. And the judgment call is here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they say, do unto others as you would do to them, right? And I did. I was generous, gave them love, compassion, roof, warm food every single night. And they wanted to betray me. They wanted to falsify. They wanted to deceive and manipulate and go back to their old ways just to get ahead of the game. So they had to lie, cheat, and steal in order to try to reach the top. And that's on them. That's their free will. But just know that that means, journey wise, There is no coming back on my journey until God says, "Hey," they're finding it in their hearts. They're really regretting the way that they treated you and the way that they ignored you, blocked your calls, ignored you, and ignored your situation. Oh, well, she helped us to get this far. She picked us up when we were down. But because we're mad, because of everything that happened, we're going to try to stomple her to the ground. Well, guess what? I got springs on my feet. It's like Tigger. Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. Bounce, bounce. Guess what? You ain't going to stop me. You ain't going to stop me. I'm going to keep going, keep pushing, keep persevering forward. But just know that my generous heart says, I pray for you because what's coming to you, not anything to do with me. I don't give two shits what you're doing, what you've got going on in your life. I don't look, I don't search. In fact, I blocked you. In fact, I blocked you until God says, and it's not me having any type of revenge or resentment. I don't need toxic energy in my life. I don't need fake people in my life. I don't need people saying they love me just to stab me in the back and poke me in the eyes. Okay? So the thing is deal with your own hurts and do your own healings so that at some point, if it's meant to be, we can come back together on the path. Because the ones that are there for a lifetime, that's where God had the saying, friends are like buck cheeks. Shit may come between you, but you always come back together. It's the true saying that if you make your wrongs right, you come in redemption and forgiveness with Him also. He will bring me back into your life because I am that magnetic force of that healing component of giving you a greater understanding. And your life was going so much better. And now I have nothing to do with what's going on. I am not a vengeful person because I'm the type of person, okay, you want to do me wrong? Cool. Kick rocks? Yeah, because you won't use me as a stepping stone. Eat that bucket of dirt because you're going to need to plant new seeds because mine are already planted. And it's not being me being rude or crude because that's not who I am. I'm a very generous soul. And you that took advantage of that, that's on you. That's on you. I take accountability for the fact that I was generous enough to help you. But when the tables have turned, you wanted to ignore that Thanksgiving at that table, right? So now the tables are going to be flipped and they ain't going to be flipped by me. They're going to be flipped by Him. And that's on you. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can say. And why He had me bring that out is for people to understand you don't affect me. You don't stop me. You think that your vengeful ways and your evil, ravenish, woofy ways are going to stop me. But I'm loyal to Him. I'm loyal to myself. And I'm loyal to the people who are meant to be in my life. And even the ones that were in my life, I was loyal to you. But it was part of your karmic lesson to betray me because there's things that you need to heal. There's things that you need to fix. And I can't help you on that part of the journey because you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to take the advice. You didn't want to heed the warnings. You wanted to control your own life. And that's okay. Because I was once in that egotistical way too, where I thought I was controlling my life until I opened up. No, God's controlling my life. God controls what I do because He's within me. And all my actions are of unconditional love, generosity, compassion, and empathy for other people. So just remember, I forgive you. but you no longer serve my divine path. Until you can heal yourself, I am unbreakable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Anything that you guys try to do, whatever floats your boat, clogs your log, chokes your chicken, whatever, just know it doesn't affect me. I am well protected. And all the evildoers and the wrongdoers who are viciously making up lies just to get to the top, know that avalanches happen. Do the right thing. Keep healing. Stand in your power. But I am not affected because I protect my energy at all times and God protects me. I'm tired of people trying to come at me in such a way, especially after all the kind things I did when money was not an option, material things were not an option. I bent over backwards, even with ports and drains and pick lines and surgeries and staples and stitches and everything. I'm barely able to walk. I still did for you. Does that make me a hero? Hell no. Does that make me loyal and devoted? Fuck yeah, it does. So that's the thing, a lot of people, they don't understand me. I'm very mysterious, and you will never be able to catch on. Just when you think you're catching on or you think you know about me, God gives you a plot twist, because it's like pulling them little dandelions going, as fast as I come in your life, he takes me out just as fast because he is not going to allow you to hurt me and betray me in order for you to get to the top. If you can't be equal and do your healing and stand in your power, we don't ride together. We divide, okay? And if we're meant to come back at some point, we will come back. And that's not only going with friends, family, acquaintances. And the reason why I say this is because going through all of this, of what I went through, of the things that I showed you, one of the deepest gaping wounds, even though I thought at the time I was healed from all of that, one of the deepest gaping wounds is going through this. Your family, your true blooded family, not being there for you. Your true blooded family saying, quote unquote, you're just looking for attention. And wanted to tell the family that I was making this up, that I was creating a story, that I was going through this for them to feel sorry for me just so that they could be back in my life. That is a bunch of horse shit, Clark. Horse shit, and I will shovel that manure into the bin for you. Because when this person, and like I said, this person knows who it is. But when this person went around saying this, my grandparents, for the first time ever in my life, yelled at me. And I mean yelled at me. I was shocked. But then God said, "No, let the truth prevail. Let the truth prevail." And the secret unraveled. And I got the biggest apology from my grandmother and my grandfather, crying, because they always trusted and believed in me. No matter the bullshit that I did, the hurt and pain that I caused, they loved me unconditionally. And they always tried to give me the divine guidance. Mind you, they were married for 68 years, and I, at that time, envied their relationship. One day, I will have that, but that's not my main goal right now. If the knight in shining armor comes into my life, great. But the thing is the truth prevailed about this person making this up, saying that this was an attention-seeking thing. Okay, that is a direct reflection of the things that they need to heal because they didn't get the attention that they wanted. So they had to reflect it and project it back on me like I was making it up when they know wholeheartedly because of a situation that they went through. Even though this person did what they did to me, I opened my home to this person. Let this person live with me for 2 years. They walked the journey with me and seen and went through the surgeries and seen me come home with all these stitches and staples and, couldn't talk and everything else because of it being in the esophagus and being in the lungs and being right here on the side. And they seen it firsthand, but yet they went back and falsified, trying to make the family look like I was lying for attention. And then it dawned on me of now I know why everybody in the family didn't want stuff to do because this oppressing narcissist who didn't want to see me happy was filling these people with a line of shit. But I had forgiven this person. I opened my heart to this person. And I didn't talk to this person for 5 years until October when my grandfather passed away. Was the first time we spoke in 5 years after I helped this person out. Can you believe that I actually, for the first time, got a heartfelt hug from this person, crying on my shoulder? But I still never heard them 3 words, which, okay, I understand. But everybody thought that I was gonna be quiet. Everybody thought that I was gonna hold back because they couldn't believe I traveled all the way up there because I made it a point every summer, a couple times out of the year, to go up and visit my grandparents, which rest your soul in peace, Grandpa. I love you, Grandpa. The thing is I traveled all the way up there because during everything that I was going through, I had to miss at least 15 deaths that happened in my time frame of what I was going through because I was not able to leave town. I had stuff all hooked up to me and I wasn't able to, and I had to deal with the loss of them people. But I made it up there and I carried his casket. The thing is when they said, "Does anybody have anything to say?" I got up there in front of the whole family because they didn't know that I actually had a relationship that deep with my grandpa and saw my grandpa for the first time in his life, a strong, strong man of great value, of great love and compassion to hold the family dynamic together. And always said, "Forgive your parents, forgive, 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 because you only have one of them. You only have one of them. Forgive, forgive your siblings. You only have them. Forgive." He always enforced that. And when I got up there and I spoke it, you could feel the emotions. You could feel I felt all of their sadness because for somebody that was excluded from the family, they didn't know the deep bond that I had with my grandfather and my grandmother. And the thing is, my grandmother's still alive, bless her soul. And that very day when I went up there for my grandpa's funeral, I got a picture of me and my grandmother. And everybody asked me, "Is that your mother?" because we look identical. And I'm like, no, that's my grandmother. Now, mind you, my grandmother has Alzheimer's and dementia. Okay. And people in my family can get pissed off, but she is my heart. She is my soul. She is my pillar of strength. She's the one that never gave up on me when everybody else did. And I have a picture of her and I, which I don't care what anybody says, you know. I have a right to enjoy my life and to have that happiness. Now, mind you, with her Alzheimer's and dementia, she does not remember even the closest people in the family to her. But when my auntie brought a blanket in with us grandchildren on, she picked me out right away. When I come to visit her, the employees were shocked because she never interacted with anybody the way she did with me. And the way she would act was like, "Who are you? I don't know you." But look, that's me and my grandma. That is me and my grandma. My grandma and grandpa when they were together with my children. And here, where is it? Me and her laughing and joking. And the staff said to me, "Wow, this is the first time I've seen this interaction." And she even took my hand, if you can see here. She grabbed my hand and reached out to me. And it was the greatest feeling ever because even though what she was going through, God let her and I still connect. Me being spiritually enlightened. And when we put our third eyes together, it was so amazing to see the connection. And everybody's like, "Oh, well, they didn't have a connection, blah, blah, blah." And, you know, it's stop running your big mouth with a small mind and open up your mind to be big and your mouth to be small so that you're not sitting there trying to write a story or speak a story that you know nothing about because they didn't know me. They didn't know my connections. They didn't know who was close to me. And it's sad. It's sad. Like I said, it's that part of that healing that we go through the turmoil in our family, but you have to overcome it. You have to be strong. You know, it's 123 on here. So that is that all about unconditional love. And so I'm going to leave this episode off here and we'll do episode 3 tomorrow. So, you know, the inspiring message that I have for you guys who are going through addiction, family hurts, pains, abuse, depression, anxiety, PTSD, whatever it may be, never give up. Put that head up, shoulders back, and persevere forward because you will overcome the triumphs. And everybody who wants to throw stones, gather them damn stones and build you the strongest foundation because that makes you more powerful. Because when you have that strong foundation, they can't crumble. It makes you unbreakable, unshakable, and unstoppable. But at some point on your journey, they may come back knocking at your door. And God says, forgive them if they are truly remorseful and want redemption. So, sending you guys lots of love and light. It is a beautiful, thankful Thursday, and I'm thankful for all of you being here, watching the episode, being on this journey with me. Like I said, it's going to get more challenging and, you know, more kind of chaotic as it goes on, but it's all a part of healing. It's all a part of that process, and to know that you're never alone. And the things that you have gone through, nobody should disregard because nobody's walked in your shoes. God will not let anybody walk in your shoes. You walk in your own shoes. And the ones that He brings to your life, they're for a reason. And I'm here for that reason, to help you see that it's okay to talk about these hurtful things, not to be shameful for what these people did to you, because they took your free will when they were making them choices to do that to you. But now you have the free will to bring that healing, that peace, and that joy within you. So, sending lots of love and light. Peace. Have a great Thankful Thursday. And I'll be on my other channel here. I'm Bunny Love 444, and doing my readings and channeled messages through the kindred loved ones that are coming through. So have a great day. Peace.